Coming up, we join Tzu Chi volunteers in Nepal as they hold a distribution at the tent's community in Chuche Pat for quake victims. And we celebrate the life of Chen Yuyu, a Tzu Chi volunteer, an artist, and an inspirational figure. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program once again in Nepal. On June 17th, members of Tzu Chi's disaster relief and medical team arrived at the tent's community of Chuche Pat to carry out a large-scale distribution, handing out blankets and folding beds, which came as a saving grace for residents ahead of the monsoon season. With palms together, residents and volunteers join hands and hearts in prayer for the people of Nepal. This is the first time the Tzu Chi Foundation is carrying out a large-scale distribution of blankets and Tzu Chi's multi-purpose folding beds here in Chuche Pat. As there are over 5,000 quake victims living in this tent community, to distribute close to 2,000 multi-purpose folding beds is no easy task.
There are 895 households staying here, so we distributed some 1,900 folding beds and approximately 2,000 blankets. The residents were all very happy to receive these items.
I am truly touched that you came all this way to help the people of Nepal and to assist in the recovery of the affected areas. Your efforts moved me deeply. Besides government officials, volunteers of various international charity organizations also offered to help out at the distribution. Furthermore, Chief Desk Editor of Kantapur National Daily, Akanda Bandari, was also there to report on the event.
Very much interested. I am going to various places where so many earthquake victims are.
They are staying in makeshift tents. Some sleep on the floor without a plank or mattress to sleep on. The folding bed will be the solution to their problems.
The large-scale distribution concluded successfully in a little over 5 hours. With a bed to sleep on and a blanket to keep them warm, residents find comfort in knowing that they will finally get a good night's rest. A multi-purpose folding bed weighs about 15 kilograms. Thus, it can be quite difficult for seniors to carry it back to their tents. Fortunately, a group of young Nepalese volunteers were on hand to help. With a folding bed in one hand and the senior's hand in the other, this young man walked the senior home. This 83-year-old senior has been sleeping on the ground since the quake. Now she finally has a bed to sleep on.
She is feeling so happy that you provide this bed.
Volunteers show residents how to operate the folding bed, which has multiple functions.
Okay, please. Sit down, please. Okay.
Residents were impressed that such a compact item could be assembled into a bed as well as a chair in just a few simple steps.
It's like magic or miracle, and it's too easy and too comfortable also. It's so easy for folding and for making bed and chair.
Volunteers hope that this functional and practical bed may relieve the victims' needs and provide a temporary solution to their plight. Tzu Chi planned a large-scale aid distribution on the 17th at the Chuche Pat tent community. However, the Tzu Chi folding beds and blankets that were to be given out only arrived in Nepal the day before. So how did the volunteers unload and transport the items to the distribution site in time? Let's find out. Here in Nepal, these shipping containers, which have just arrived from Shanghai, are filled with Tzu Chi's folding beds. One truck can hold 180 folding beds and 110 cartons of relief blankets. For the large-scale distribution this time, Tzu Chi has prepared 1,980 beds and 2,100 blankets. In all, 23 people loaded all the items into 13 trucks before nightfall. A sudden downpour didn't delay their work either.
We needed to continue in the rain, otherwise we won't make it in time.
Sanjay and Sri Janal Awal are siblings. Sanjay, who is 20, has an exam on the 17th, the day of the distribution, but he still came to help on the 16th and 4 hours before his exam on the 17th. After all the folding beds were moved to the distribution venue, we found Sanjay reviewing his test materials.
This is the corporate finance.
Are you nervous?
No, not nervous. I'm ready to get the exam.
Among the youth helping with the laborious task of moving the relief items is Sri Janal.
I have made so many members of the Tzu Chi. Everyone is so much kind, so much well-hearted. They are providing love to everyone.
She's my helper. She was the one who helped to arrange for the trucks and warehouse guys. She even helped us to bargain with the truck drivers to get the best price.
With the collective strength of these young casual work participants, Tzu Chi's aid distribution was successfully carried out, with the quake survivors receiving much-needed relief supplies.
You're tired or not? No! Strong? Yes!
Staying in Nepal, Tzu Chi volunteers also held a small-scale distribution for a Tibetan Buddhist monastery with the supplies that 8 Tzu Chi volunteers from Canada brought.
Upon their arrival at the Tibetan monastery in Kathmandu, the people welcomed the team by putting hara scarves on them. The youngest here is only 10. He became a child lama because of poverty or illness.
His parents didn't have the money to treat him. We discovered his problem and spent a lot of money treating him.
The Rinpoche took in these children and began educating them.
They say they learn Nepalese, Tibetan, English, math, and Buddhist teachings here.
Following the recent quakes, the lamas still have a place to stay, but the temple of these Buddhist nuns was destroyed, and so they have erected tents in front of the Tibetan monastery. Since the Buddhist nuns' average age is over 70 and it's cold in the mountains, Tzu Chi volunteers have been mindful in selecting supplies for them.
Border is Nepal.
The child lamas also receive stationery and candies. Some other children desperately need help as well. In their uniforms, these children walk for 1.5 hours after class to get to Dadaguan Children's Home, the orphanage they call home.
我们现在看到这些水泥石块呢，就是
Cement and stones are what is left of the destroyed orphanage. The children moved out the stones after the quake. This metal shack's walls has been renovated and the children are staying here.
孩子们呢就住在这个地方。
The orphanage head asks us to look at the corrugated metal roof, which has many holes in it.
During the night, it rains and the wind is strong. They get nervous, so they don't dare to sleep inside. They sleep in the tents outside.
Ages 7 through 18, these children take care of themselves and demonstrate the resilience needed to get their lives back on track in the aftermath of the earthquake.
Thank you, Tzu Chi.
Thank you, Tzu Chi. In our next report, we meet Chen Wenchuan, a police officer stationed in Taichung, Taiwan. Working in the station's personnel office by day, at night, the 28-year veteran of the force works to capture various Tzu Chi events around Taichung as part of his job as a Tzu Chi media volunteer. Although the learning curve has been steep and some days he's extraordinarily busy, Chen sees it all as part of the responsibilities of a Tzu Chi volunteer.
当警察是为民服务。
Both being a police officer and a volunteer is about serving the public.
就是说，把握付出的机会啦。你们吃饱了吗？吃饱了。爸爸等一下要出去实习哦。好，拜。
Just back from work, Chen Wenchuan immediately gets ready for his Tzu Chi duties.
Before before I go out, I need to have my camera, the attachable lens, and if there is going to be an interview, then a wireless mic.
In order to fulfill the responsibilities of a media volunteer, Chen did not skimp when it came to purchasing the right equipment and often works late into the night.
It is my responsibility, and if that means less sleep, so be it.
With camera in hand, Chen is no longer a police officer, but a devoted Tzu Chi media volunteer.
There are many things that we're still unfamiliar with. We were in the same class, and never did I hear him refuse to do something because he's a man or a police officer. We work well together.
The job of a media volunteer is not only worlds apart from being a police officer, but also has been a big test for Chen, who is naturally reserved.
In a personnel office, I have a quiet desk job. But since I am now a media volunteer, I need to be out there fulfilling my responsibilities and taking advantage of the chance I have been given.
Chen's name is also on Tzu Chi's bone marrow registry, and in August of 2010, he successfully donated his marrow to save a life.
By giving my bone marrow, I was able to extend a life and bring joy to that person's family.
A police officer for 28 years, Chen Wenchuan works both on and off the job in support of the greater good.
From that initial moment of resolve to join Tzu Chi, what comes next is doing your best at all times.
Using a video camera to capture the news is a tough job and one that requires a lot of training. However, Chen accepts the responsibility joyfully.
会往外跑啊，活动那个会很多啊，
特别辛苦，因为你当完警察还要当记者。
OK 啦。
Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Yuyu spent the last 10 years using his artwork to spread his message of love to the public. Unfortunately, a longtime sufferer of oral cancer, Chen passed away on June 13th. He was 49 years old.
自来实去，我找到人生正向的目标，能发挥我们良人，用画画来助人。
Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Yuyu passed away at the age of 49 from oral cancer. For 10 years prior to his death, he was an artist with one message, that of love.
All the faces in the sunflowers are those friends and family who have taken care of me.
Paralyzed in a car accident and later diagnosed with oral cancer, Chen once contemplated suicide. It was Tzu Chi that got him to start painting, helping him find new meaning in life.
I hope he continues to work hard in the days ahead.
With his family and Tzu Chi by his side, Chen found a sense of inner peace as he used his painting to reach out and speak to the world. Tzu Chi's recent rice distribution in Marikina City of the Philippines on June 15th aroused more feelings of goodwill, as many of the poor families in the Philippines spend almost half of their paycheck on rice every month. Tzu Chi volunteers' aid of rice supplies was a welcome sight. In return, many recipients decided to pay their gratitude forward and donated money to help others in need.
Carrying 20-kilogram bags of rice in their arms, residents of Marikina laughed joyously upon receiving the rice. Single mother Maxima Magpali earns a monthly salary of 3,000 Philippine pesos. However, a bag of rice would cost her almost half of that. Now that she doesn't have to worry about purchasing rice for her family, Mag Polly gratefully contributed to the bamboo bank to pay this love forward.
Although I do not have a lot of money to donate, I still want to try to contribute.
I saved money in the bamboo bank and then I turned it over to Tzu Chi volunteers.
Another single mother, Marisol Ildefonso, who first received aid from Tzu Chi 6 years ago after Typhoon Ketsana, is now volunteering on behalf of Tzu Chi. Residents like Maxima and Marisol, who pay it forward despite their own circumstances, show that everyone is capable of great acts of kindness.
Tzu Chi's love travels far and wide. In Jordan, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to shower the nomadic Bedouins and refugees from Syria with love. Recently, volunteers visited their care recipients, bringing them much-needed relief supplies. The nomadic Bedouins live in makeshift homes and wooden shacks here in Jordan. With no place to call home, they are constantly on the move.
Look at that child. He's barefoot. There are nails there. They continue to live under such conditions.
Each time, Tzu Chi volunteers spend extra time looking for the road to their care recipients, as streets are often blocked or closed. On this most recent visit, volunteers brought rice, sugar, and cooking oil. Next, volunteers travel to Amman and bring 3 months' worth of cancer drugs for a care recipient from Pakistan. This family also moves around quite a bit, so it takes the volunteers 2 hours to find the family. These children from Syria and their family also live a nomadic life. This youngster smiles for the camera as he drinks a beverage volunteers brought him. Tzu Chi volunteers see their care recipients as family as they continue to light up their lives with love and care. While many people see graduation ceremonies as an occasion for parties and celebration, graduating students at the DaAi Junior High School in Taoyuan seize the opportunity to express their gratitude and respect. Under the direction of Tzu Chi volunteers, the graduates serve tea to their teachers to show how much they appreciated their guidance over the years.
Kneeling down to serve tea to their teachers, DaAi Junior High School's graduating students expressed their appreciation. At this graduation, gratitude and respect are the themes of the day.
The teachers actually work very hard on teaching. I hope the graduating students recognize this and thank the teachers for their work.
This parent brought flowers to thank a teacher who is about to retire. Her child, who has learning difficulties, was able to graduate 6 years ago thanks to the teacher's guidance.
He is a problematic student at all the school he attends. He rebels against me, but he listens to the teachers, especially teacher Rui Mei, who asked him to study hard. He performed well for her.
He never did his homework. Then I watched over him and it took him until 6 p.m. to finish his homework. After a few months, he got into the habit of finishing his homework.
As the students are about to take their own life path upon leaving the school, the teachers perform sign language songs to express their best wishes. At the kindergarten's graduation ceremony, students give the teachers a massage to thank them for their steady efforts.
Next in Taiwan, we meet elementary school teacher Hong-Ling Wei, who is also a children's TV program host, once nominated for the Golden Bell Awards. For Hong, teaching children is what makes her truly happy.
Elementary school teacher Hong-Ling Wei asks students who are eager to share to speak in public. Providing a fun and interesting learning environment, Hong teaches differently every day. Also a famous TV program host, Hong interacts with her 25 students in unique ways, paying attention to the students' feelings and emotions along the way.
No matter how the students think, feel, or act, it does not affect their teacher's trust and love for them. So the students can candidly talk about their problems and we can give advice accordingly.
Love students wholeheartedly, show respect and earn their trust. These are Hong's teaching principles. She often encourages her students to voice their opinions on current events. In the parent-teacher contact books is the Jinsi aphorism for the day, which inspires students to think and reflect. Hong also sets up some clear and fair class rules. Hong gives the students the room to make mistakes and tries her best to be fair.
First, we spend time to get students to start following the rules. Then we let them know if they don't follow the rules, they might be penalized. But the punishment is based on their teacher's love and care for them.
Besides the teacher's love, Hong believes that parents' cooperation and support are the keys to helping elementary school children grow up happily.
In Malaysia, the Water Repentance Sutra musical adaptation set to debut in July is just weeks away. Students of the Institute of Teachers Education in Sarabam will also take part in the Sutra musical. For young people, going vegetarian is never easy. In our following report, let us see how one of the students, Zhen Mingying, who has been a vegetarian for 5 years, got her classmates to go meatless for 108 days. To show their support, Zhen Mingying's classmates agreed to join her in the musical adaptation of the Water Repentance Sutra. However, there is one challenge they need to overcome.
When she told me we had to go meatless for 108 days, I told her I don't think I can do it. I knew it would be difficult for me, so I never had the intention of joining in the first place. Initially, I was worried I couldn't go through with it. I was a little disappointed and felt discouraged. Zhen Mingying, who has been a vegetarian for 5 years, began to think of ways to get her friends to accept a meatless diet. If we go to a restaurant that did not serve vegetarian food, we will eat the vegetables on the side. With the support of my friends, I slowly began to embrace it. I think I can go through with this. It's just giving up meat. It's nothing. I am truly happy to see my classmates who were reluctant to abstain from meat in the beginning gradually come to embrace it. The transformation in the students has shown that they have taken the wisdom and dharma of the sutra to heart. At the end of the program, we turn our camera to the United States, where Tzu Chi volunteers from the Dallas chapter in Texas have gathered to make vegetarian glutinous rice dumplings for the upcoming Dragon Boat Festival as part of the charity sale to help raise funds for the quake victims in Nepal. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for watching. See you next time.